If you're looking to acquire a business in order to get a visa from another country into the United States of America, there's a great program that allows you to get businesses called the E2 Visa program. And there are other visa programs that are similar but have different character and price thresholds, etc. By the way, this is Brian Stevens with Legacy Venture Group, lvgadvisors.com. Now I'm showing you a little QR code which will allow you to scan and put in data information about getting listings in Florida updated every week on a Monday that meet your specific criteria, the area of Florida you want to live in, the type of industries you would like to consider, and it can be multiple, the type of down payment or the price that you would like to pay, and what meets your budget, as well as the earnings. It's a pretty cool little tool. Check it out. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us. You can find all my contact information at lvgadvisors.com. And also, it may be easier to remember, BuyBizUSA.com. Since this is about Visa, I'm not an attorney. I don't know the legal stuff, but we know a lot. We've been working with business buyers since 2004 when we opened, and even prior to that with my experience with Shell and Texaco oil companies in the 90s. But we always recommend to go get qualified immigration attorney. I would recommend that you find some people, but that you maybe even consult with one, two, or three, just to make sure you're getting that right match, the right feel, the right budget, and that sort of thing. They can vary in terms of what they charge, what they do, and their background, and even how they feel as they resonate with you. So I encourage you to reach out and get connected with a few and just check things out. The E2 Visa program allows you to buy a business, and they'll give you a couple years to be in the U.S., sometimes 5 years. I've seen a lot of that, and then renew it and renew it and renew it. So it's a pretty cool program, and we had a lot of great success over the years with people doing that. There is a certain element of eligibility, and again, if you go to the government website, you'll find information, but I'm highlighting a couple of different things. Even if you're a citizen from an E2 treaty country, and not every country has this program, then you still have to meet the certain criteria. You have to have capital that's committed to the business out there. You have to have funds that from someplace that the government can look back and say, oh, this is a lawful amount. You've saved this money up. You got family helping you, what have you. You have to be the majority business owner. We sold a business a few years back from a family from Slovenia, and they bought 50% to get in, but they had the controlling share, and the government allowed that deal to happen. I don't know if that's the routine or used over and over again, but we had really great success with that family, and a wonderful, wonderful experience. You've got to personally control and develop it. This is not something you sit back remotely and not show up, and you need to make sure you're following the rules and guidelines, and a lot of people renew these over and over again. So how much do you invest? You're going to hear different people say different things. Check the government website. What we read is that there's not a fixed dollar amount. The government applies what they call proportionality test. So the investment you might make in the heart of some place like Los Angeles or New York City might be very, very different from a small town in Iowa, depending on where you want to be, etc. It can vary, and again, we'll let the experts guide you through that process. We try to update our website periodically, every 6 months or so, with information, and you can go to this. In fact, this is middle of 2026, actually, in the last quarter of the second to last quarter of 2026, and we've updated things. And that's why I'm doing this refreshed video to help people get updated information. So you can scan that and go right there, and it'll give you the highlights of information. But again, we get our knowledge from the government, and it's our understanding of what we're doing out here. At the end of the day, you make sure you're doing it through the right process with an attorney and following the core guideline of the federal government. You know, it's important to have purchase safety, and I've seen over the many, many years, I've seen some stuff that didn't seem right to me. I knew early on in the process of a person that was a business broker here in Florida that was really doing some stuff that was wrong. He's now out of the industry and has been pushed out of the industry. But be careful with your money, your tools, your guidelines, and what you're doing, and make sure that you have the right protection. If you do make an offer, make sure you have the right contingencies in place. I need to get a visa. I need to make sure that I follow due diligence. If it's a franchise, that you get approved by the franchisor. If you have a rent, that you get approved by the leaseor. And if these things can't happen, that you aren't obligated and that you aren't losing money. And in some cases, you might be required or asked to put money down for the business, etc. So you want to make sure that if certain things don't follow through and come the way they should, that you're protected. Please make sure you're protected. You know, there's rules of how to apply if you're already in the U.S. or from a lot of our clients are from outside the U.S., from Canada, from Europe, from South America, etc. So follow the guidelines and then just be prepared for the different qualifications that make it happen. Okay, here's that link once again. That'll take us to the web page that we've updated on our company organization website, and drawing information from the government, and hopefully you'll find it valuable, etc. I'm going to leave this up for another moment. And then I'm also going to bring back the first screen that has the link if you want to be updated on new listings. Again, you can scan this, put in your information, and you'll get every Monday a list of businesses listed by our community of business brokers through the Business Brokers of Florida. Around the state, we have usually well over 2,000 businesses, and nearly every week we're getting new listings. They might not always be in the areas that you're looking for, but if they are, or if they're updated, you'll get a link saying, hey, how about this? And you can make a decision. I'd like to learn more about it and others. Thank you for listening. Again, this is Brian Stevens, and I want to say thank you. I love bringing people to our country from other countries. You're some of the best people I've worked with in the past, and I enjoy the energy and all the challenges that it takes to come to the U.S. out there. So welcome, blessings to you, make great decisions, make great things happen. God bless. Brian Stevens.